What is going on? Why? T. See your girl Josie. Josie. And I know it's been a minute, but I'm back with a jump. I came across this video of Freddy P. And what's so crazy about it, the video is titled Member of Diddy's Group, the band, breaks silence on his arrest and reveals. You see? Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Ooh. And reveals something bigger is coming. I want to get into that. I want to share this with you all. I haven't actually watched it myself, but oh, I had a hiccup. Hmm. But y'all know I don't like to waste no time. So let's jump right on into it. Let me go ahead and pull him up here. No more shopping sprees. Did he know more than like ribs? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share this like this. And I'm gonna make sure the volume like this. Let's hit play, y'all. See what he gotta say. We're gonna skip this up. Okay.
Oh, but it's just long overdue. Like for a while, it made me kind of question, like, damn, it's to the point where it felt like they
What's wrong
forced the
over there?
feds
Wait
to
a
do
minute.
their
Go
job.
back.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like,
Go back.
My guy, Freddie P, man. Let's get right into it. Diddy, he got indicted. How you feel about that?
it was a surprise to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, when you see Puff, it's kind of a surprise. But like I told my brother, man, he was telling me he don't think Puff gonna get locked up. I say, bitch, they got Chapo. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you earlier, they got Chapo. They could put Chapo under the ground. They can hide Puff.
Mm.
But it's just long overdue. Like for a while, it made me kind of question, like, damn, it's to the point where it felt like they forced the feds to do their job. He forced the feds to do their job because if they didn't
Mm.
do it, everybody looking at them like, what do you motherfuckers?
You know what? A lot of people is saying on the back end, and I've been hearing about this for a while, even before all of this has popped up. I ain't gonna say how I know, just know I know. But he's been pissing a lot of people off. And I think he triggered the right one that was able to get to the right one that was finally able to, you know what, say, bump it. I'm about to do this. And the foundation was laid and they went after him. Finally. Let's get back to it. Let me hit play. Let me just hit play. Oh, by the way, shout out to everybody stealing my slogan. It's funny. It's so funny to me that I have 147 subscribers. I love each and every single one of y'all. But and I know my view count is not like how like a lot of the other big time influencers are or other pages are. But I have noticed some of my lingo that I say over here is going around. And I think it's so funny and cute. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Keep doing your thing because I take other people's lingos too. It's so funny to me. They always say that the biggest compliment is when someone mimic you. It's cute and funny. I love it. I love it. So shout out to y'all. Let's get back to the scene.
Exist? You know what I'm
Oh, let me say what I let me just hit play.
saying? Like, he done got away with too much, but you gotta understand this, right?
Mm.
A lot of stuff Puffy going through, and I don't wish bad on him. Like, Before this
Mhm.
transpired, I had a lot of hatred toward him, but it was about financial reasons.
Mhm.
When it comes to this subject, it's very sensitive to me because it's a lot of victims in here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And at the end of at the end of the day, it's still somebody's father. You know what I'm saying? So
He is so right about that. I mean, yes, we all have to pay the cost to be the boss. Um, but it's also a sad thing. I heard that he's on suicide watch. I haven't got a chance to really dig into it, to be honest with you. Um, Once they arrest him, just like they did with R. Kelly, once they arrest him, I kind of backed off of the news because at that point, I know how it feels to have a loved one go through that. And even though we're in this time frame and everybody's thinking about the now, after this now, there's an afterlife. After Diddy, it's gonna be somebody else. It may be big news in a good way, big news in a bad way. But life has to go on. And I do pray for the victims. I do pray for the people that will get pulled into this, their family, the innocent ones. And I even pray for the people that did wrong and the wrong things that Diddy did do. And yeah, he's about to basically lose it all. But what people have to keep in mind, even though you may lose it all here in the physical, you got to keep that spiritual more richer than rich. Okay? Okay? Let me just hit play.
but we make our own bed, man. And for a long time, a lot of people, I want him to understand.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not condoning what he did. Like I said, you have to pay the cost to be the boss. Let me just hit play.
And that a lot of people was hurt because you couldn't live your truth.
Hmm.
Everything he going through right now is because he couldn't let go.
Hmm.
He couldn't let go having a position of power over street niggas and also being who he is. The
Hmm.
more who he was, he had to show more aggression. That's like when I sucked my thumb. When I grew up, the reason people might think I'm tough and right is transpired because when I was in a place sucking my thumb, I knew I had to go extra hard for you to know not to play with me. You get what I'm saying? Like it made me turn into somebody else because you might take a perception of me sucking my thumb. You might think I'm soft. You might think I'm gay, anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with him. If people know his secrets, because believe one thing about it, and that's with all these rappers. Somebody know your secrets. You
Yes.
might be you and Puffy getting, because
Yes.
Puffy, I can imagine he approached these guys who going through financial situations, these rappers who get themselves start making a lot of money. Then when things don't be hot no more, you fall back on people like him. He
Hmm.
prey on you, and what he do is he offer you things to keep up a lifestyle. You can
Hmm.
imagine Puppy Playboy. Playboy, don't worry about that, man. I can get us. Come with me to the island, Playboy. Come chill with me. Won't be no security guard, no nothing. Won't nobody know about your business. Hey, don't worry about that. I'll wire that, Playboy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's a lot of rappers out here that got.
Did you hear what he just said? Don't worry about that. I will wire that. Don't worry about this. Come up over here. Nobody will know. Michael Jackson said something a long time ago that is so true. He said, there's two things. When a lot of people is saying the exact same thing about you, two things can happen. If you're guilty, it's true. If you're innocent, you start becoming delusional to the point to where sometimes you're like, wait a minute, is it really true? In this case, unfortunately, it's true.
Secrets because they fell into them situations with Puffy. And I know this personally. Like I know personally, but like I say, a lot of stuff that I know, like I knew a lot of stuff that came out this week. We was talking about. I was like, man, I've been knew that. I've been knew about the girl that came out. She was just afraid to tell her story for a long time. Like I knew, sir, when you're in a circle, like the band is like a, you know what I'm saying? So things that transpired in their band, because they work with people that we worked with, you know what I'm saying? It gets back to us. And not only that, I done been on the phone call and hear people explaining their situations. It's crying about, you know, situations. And it only gonna get worse. Like I was telling people, like it's hard to say because I don't want to spoil what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this, like I said.
Quick question. Do y'all think Freddy is one of the foundations? Do y'all think Freddy is one of the foundations? We know Cassie is. But do you know? Do you know? Do you think, my bad, that Freddy is one of the foundations? I know one thing, they finally got his butt though.
Yeah. It gets deeper and deeper. And the more that come out, the more intriguing the story gonna be. All I want to tell people is when that Netflix series come out, it's a rapper coming out with a Netflix series. I won't say no name. I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm not a friend of his. I don't want to, you know.
Diddy. I'm not Diddy, but 50 Cents. He's talking about 50 Cents. 50 Cents, I believe he just sold the series actually to Netflix. So I'm not sure. Well, now Diddy gonna get some money out of it. But yeah, not Diddy, my bad. 50 Cents. 50 Cents, Lord Jesus. And my mama gonna get me for not saying 50 Cents, Lord. But it was 50 Cents, y'all.
Spoil something he got going on, but I will say this. He's doing a phenomenal job.
Yes, he is.
To the point where I was in awe. You get what I'm saying? I was presented the opportunity to work with him, but you know, like I said, the money wasn't enough for me to leave my couch.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Baby, 50. Now 50. If you're new into the entertainment business, I mean, the money he'll throw at you, yeah, you'll be like, oh my goodness. But if you've been in the business for a long time, like Freddie P, and Freddie P has been behind the scenes writing for other people and stuff like that, that little money that 50 people. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's about the business, right? I mean, it's all business. So I get where he coming from. But 50 is kind of little 50 cents on his, yeah. Yeah. And if you want to know, if you want to know proof about that, let's take Rotimi, for example. Rotimi, when he was in power, his dad saved every single check that he had. And after the series, after his part of the series is up, he built a nice home. You would have thought with all that money that was running through power that he would build like a mansion and stuff. No, it was just a nice home. You would think that Pity, Lord Jesus, that 50 would have like pushed his music because the whole time Rotimi was on power, he had music. He was pushing out music. So yeah, but anyway, just look at anybody that has worked with 50, okay? And if you ever get the opportunity to work with 50, which he is brilliant, don't get me wrong, the man is brilliant. Just make sure you ain't stupid when it comes to that paper. But if you haven't checked out Rotimi music, go check it out. But anyway, let me just hit play.
He's doing a phenomenal job, man. There's so many people that's hurt behind this. There's so many people that got it's guys that that can't come out because of their image. You know what I'm saying? That'll make your eyes go. Like, whoa. I know about the slams, the Stevie J. I know I'm in the circle. I know about y'all. Y'all confirmed. You don't got, but see, even with Stevie J, when you got secrets out there of a lifestyle and the lifestyle you really living, it's a community out there that really.
You know what's so funny about it? Speaking of Stevie J, if you go back to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when he was with Jocelyn. Jocelyn said it. Remember, she was calling him bi and gay. She said it when she called him a freak and a druggie. She said it. She really exposed him, but we didn't pay attention. We didn't pay attention because of who Jocelyn, her image at the time was. Her image. Nobody believes her because of her image. But she exposed them then.
You know you. You can't hide from them. You could come play tough to us because we don't hear nothing about it. We don't hang around the same crowds. They know you. They know what you and Puffy was going on, not just Stevie J. I'm just saying anybody. If you're in that community and you trying to hide something, you could hide it from the street dudes and the thugs and the regular, but they know you. And that's what.
You know what? Speaking of the community, once Will used to be very talkative. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they've been kind of low-key quiet lately. Like, yeah.
What a lot of rappers was facing. That's why a lot of them can't defend themselves. You hear them? They be, they can't really say no because they know somebody know you. Somebody know for a fact. Somebody was there with y'all. Somebody he confided in, like as a best friend. You know what I'm saying? That know these rapper secrets. You can imagine being propositioned by Puffy like that, though, right? Like,
one time, evil came to me as a little girl because it wanted me to doubt myself.
No, Mama, you better not doubt yourself.
You fucked up. And he could fly you to a private island and get rid of the security and give you wire you $1 million or 20, or make sure that you get this endorsement deal. That's how easy it is for him to gain leverage over people. Come on, man, you got 1,000 bottles waiting. I thought what 10,000, 5,000, some shit like that. Who you? My boy, that's a lot of back busting. You hear me? That's too much. I was like, wait, what? It's like you ran a chain of operation. You got an operation of just back busting. Like, what are y'all like? It's not, bro. You 50. Can you even get up that much, bro? Like, you that turned on? Like, bro, baby oil? People use baby oil and shit. Well, see, that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother community. They got their own little. I was like, baby oil. I was like, what baby oil for? What do you rub each other down, getting shiny and shit? Then it hit me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My boy was loose with it. But no, man. Prayers to Diddy, man. Prayers to him, man. You know, I don't want to kick him out. I just ain't that kind of dude. I'm getting mine. Like I say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's a lot of Bible passages that pass through this dude life that was it whatever in the dark shall come to the light. That's one we living out right now. It's one he living out more than us. Because for so long, you got to imagine having that money and that power, secrets. He's literally assaulting men. You get what I mean? Like, it may be common nowadays, but for a man to walk up and slap your ass or let me get your number or come to my hotel room, that's not normal. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my lifetime for no man to approach you like that. And he's done it several times. I just pray for his daughters, man. And all the people around him who was protected for so long, you got to come outside right now. The Stevie J's, you still want to fight? You still want to fight, Stevie J? I had to put up the Notre Dame dudes. You still want to fight 50, homie? I don't think so. Now, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, back to what I was saying about, that's why
Wait a minute, did he just let it slip up? Did he just let it slip up? Did he just let it slip up? I said, do you still want to fight 50, homie? Did he just let it slip up? Let me go back. Let's just hit play.
You still want to fight 50, homie? I don't think so. Now, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, back to what I was saying about, that's why they act so tough. They act so tough because they know there's whispers about them. So when I see you in person, I got to show you, I'll f you up. I'm gangster. I'm this and that. That's an act, man. Real gangster can see through all that shit. All I say is Puffy should have just lived his life, man. You still could have been on top of the world, enjoy you it's a world full of love. What's wrong with you living in a world full of love? Even if you loving men, you full of love, bro. You ain't gotta try to come over here and maintain a character that force you to be a monster because you want to be on top. You want to control monsters. You want gangsters to respect you. You still want to be able to slap a nigga in his mouth. You can't do both.
Right.
You can't do both. You can't be a gangster. You can't be Omar from The Wire, bro. Like, you're not that. And it backfired on my boy. Like I say, it's a lot coming out, boy. Check out, it's a rapper coming out with a documentary, and when it come out, everybody gonna be surprised. I think it's
Surprise,
man,
surprise.
that's gonna be the shocker, right? Yeah. I heard some. I was hearing.
Why they put it down?
And
Oh, I thought it froze.
as it was being presented to me, man, I don't know how to feel sorry for people all the time, but at that moment I was like, damn, bro, because I was in the same situation. And what if he, ever would have came at me like that? I'd probably be dead or, anything, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't no telling how I would have reacted. But I pray.
What did you hear? You don't have to say the guy's name, but
it's kind of hard to explain because it's hard to explain because then you're gonna figure out who I'm talking about. But I was also on the phone with somebody, right? And we was discussing, and he was telling me, I was like, that nigga don't like you. He hated your guts, man. Y'all became friends. He said, man, I want to tell you something, man. He said, I never told nobody this because it ain't my motherfucking business. He was like, I'm just trying to feed my motherfucking kids. And he was like, he's like, man, such and such. One night, I remember when we was, I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, somebody had wanted me to go, deliver a message. It was important. Like, I had to do it. And I kept telling the person that Puffy busy. He's like, oh, he need to go tell him right now. He said, long story short, I went to the security guard. I told him how important it was. He let me in the room. And when I came in the room, I seen Puffy busting. They was getting it in. And he said, that's kind of like why, he said, and I never sprayed his secret. He said, and that's kind of like why I got to, like, I can't even say it because you're going to know what I'm talking about. But he just told me, like, that's why everything started falling for me. Everything started happening good with me. That's why me and his relationship still cool. But I want to know from the Bentleys. I want to know, like, I know, I don't want to put these people, because these people got kids, like, but I would love for them to just, take the time in the room. And when I came in the room, I seen Puffy figure out who I'm talking about. But I was also on the phone with somebody, right? And we was discussing, and he was telling me, I was like, that nigga don't like you. He hated your guts, and y'all became friends. He said, man, I want to tell you something, man. He said, I never told nobody this because it ain't my motherfucking business. He was like, I'm just trying to feed my motherfucking kids. And he was like, he's like, man, such and such. One night, I remember when we was, I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, somebody had wanted me to go, deliver a message. It was important. Like, I had to do it. And I kept telling the person that Puffy busy. He's like, oh, he need to go tell him right now. He said, long story short, I went to the security guard. I told him how important it was. He let me in the room. And when I came in the room, I seen Puffy busting. They was getting it in. And he said, that's kind of like why, he said,
that connects me back to his security guard his bodyguard that's been going around. I forgot his bodyguard's name. Going around for a while, exposing, talking about Diddy. I think he purposely let this individual. I do know who Freddy P is talking about. Wow. Let me just hit play.
I never sprayed his secret. He said, and that's kind of like why I got to, like, I can't even say it because you're going to know what I'm talking about. But he just told me, like, that's why everything started falling for me.
Wow.
everything started happening good with me. That's why me and his relationship still cool. But I want to know from the Bentleys. I want to know, like, I don't want to put these people, because these people got kids, like, but I would love for them to just, take the time.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword when it comes to that. Like, they wasn't thinking about all that when they was doing the evil. That's why I said it's kind of hard to judge people. It really is. But damn, like he said, you had everything. Diddy had everything. Everything. Even if being dominant and all that type of stuff and is like what you want, there's a group of people that likes that. He could have easily found him a couple of males, a couple of females that like stuff like that. Like, it's just sickening. But to be honest, it's gonna get even more sickening, y'all. Let's keep going.
To get that clarity, bro. Like, when I cried about my financial situations, that shit helped me a lot. It changed my life, actually. Like, I was in a suicidal state, and sometimes we just need people to hear us. So if they going through something, I advise them to just get with somebody. And it's not about filing lawsuits or trying to be seen. It's just about having that therapeutic moment, that cleansing, that clarity, and getting that shit out your system. That's assault. And he done it for so many years and got away with it. Like years. Like it became behavior. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like a once a month thing. It was a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
He was a monster in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew about this stuff. But you can't prove it, and it's not my job to fucking try to bash public, because where I was coming from was a place of hate. So everything I said would have been
From a place
taken, but I knew it was coming. You go back to my old interviews. All this stuff that's coming out right now, I'm so happy. It's more. It's more. But I'm so happy it finally came out. A lot of stuff people don't understand Puffy endured. A lot of stuff Puffy went through when he was younger.
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say,
Yep.
when this DVD come out, y'all check it out, man. We watched the icon fall, and a lot of people don't understand. It's like a changing of the guards. That's all it is. Like, they stayed around, they played the game a little too long. And this is how God works. It's like hip hop is independent, the music is independent, the owning of your masters is independent. It's a new changing of the guard. And all the old parasites is just falling off one by one. Because they never had talent, they just leashed on to the talent. Let me tell you what Puffy was, and what a lot of them is. They mediators, what they call them, mediators, right? Where you gotta they go betweens. So you got the Leos who scared to approach the thugs like that. But Diddy from that world, so I could intermediate. I could get percentages from negotiating and making this deal, but you got to give up that butt. You got to give up that butt and royalties, and I can change your family life. You know why? Because he had to give up that butt. People don't understand. That's the reason. That's why it's the reason Puffy don't want to give nobody, any artist he deal with, he'll tell you, I'm making it hard for you. I had to do this. He wants you to endure what he endured.
Yep.
And I felt bad in a sense because he was only trying to feed his family. You get what I'm saying? And he became a victim, and it turned him into a monster just trying to hide his own secrets and not living his truth. And now he in prison just from all this comes from one man not living his truth. I swear to God. Had Puffy just been who he is at heart, it might have been a few jokes. We joked about RuPaul. He's still a boss. You get what I'm saying?
What page you on?
Do you feel the Constitution has any relevance to you at all?
I mean, when you put it back on.
I feel bad for the people that got hurt trying to hide his secrets. All the people that been victimized, all the people that been put under the influence so they don't remember certain things because of who he is. And as long as you're under the influence, it ruins your credibility of speaking about anything. So I can understand why he probably kept drugs in the party. You get what I'm saying? All this behavior falls in line behind one thing, trying to hide secrets. So now you got to use this to cover that. And now this makes you cover for that. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It never stops. It's a cycle. That's why I don't live in fear. I don't hide secrets. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't do none of that. I live for God. Man, you live that way, your ass ain't got to worry about nothing. You know one thing that's crazy to me though, because I know him, is me picturing them in a cell. And that made me feel a little bad. That's the only thing. Like, I don't like the nigga or whatever. I still got love for the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be in here right now if it wasn't for that dude.
Right.
Regardless of what, it was 40,000 people. He had to hear something from me. He had to hear my talent. He had to pick me out. He had to learn my personality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy to deal with me every day too. They used to have shit on the motherfucking refrigerator. We had like notes of what people, when people come in the house, they'll know, you know, what to deal with or whatever. On the notes, they'll be like, let Fred sleep an extra 45 minutes. Like, this nigga is like, because when I woke up, you know, I had a bad attitude and I used to get up or whatever, but they done did too much. They did a lot to help me get where I ain't gonna say where I'm at in life, because really it's like, where am I? I'm 40, I don't own the properties or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, why are you blaming Puffy? I'm not blaming Puffy. I'm blaming Puffy. I can't get time back. I dedicated my time to a situation to provide for my family, which I'm talking about when I was into it. I never went home like everybody got to go home on the weekends. I was the furthest away. So I was really dedicated to changing my situation. I was really dedicated and showed love to a person who I felt like, in the end, what I learned was only playing with us, and it made me react a certain way. But that don't mean I hate him.
Woo. So
it's a shocking fall.
Let me stop. So what y'all think of that? What y'all think of that? Speaking of baby bottles, I don't know if y'all seen the actual picture, but I went on Instagram just now, and here go the baby bottles. The baby Earls. There it goes, y'all. Somebody in the feds is slowly leaking picture by picture. Y'all, there it goes. It's good. You can just Google it. You will see. But there goes the baby oils. It's a beautiful, beautiful bathroom. I mean, gorgeous. But yeah, y'all. That's it. Like I said, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. On this earth, we have to pay for everything. Karma is real. One thing about karma, though, karma comes in all type of behaviors. It repays you for your good behaviors, your bad, your mediocre, you're just whatever. Your hypocritical ways. Karma comes back. God has a way. And I just pray for Diddy family, his children. I pray especially, I know a lot of people is feeling for his daughters, but I actually feel for his son. And I really feel for Quincy. Because as we know, Quincy wasn't really his biological son. He was Albie Shore's and Kim's son. And word on the street is, I gotta say that until it's proven, but allegedly, he was the reason why Kim passed away, and allegedly, he was the reason why Albie Shore went into a coma. So if allegedly he could do that to Quincy parents, what did he do to Quincy? And I know as this process go along, we're gonna all have mixed emotions. I hate that it happened, but Diddy should have got help a long time ago. Just like with R. Kelly. It's now out there about, how what happened to R. Kelly when he was younger. He should have got help. He should have got help. And you know who I'm mad at besides Diddy? Just like my mad side toward R. Kelly is the people in their lives that quote unquote love him, like Diddy mom. You knew what your son was doing. Loved ones around these people that know what they're doing is wrong. Ain't no way. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. A long time ago. It's a true story. Before I got into the industry. You try out for different execs. And there was one executive here in Texas. It was my mom and my sister and I. And this particular audition was for my sister. And my sister went and sung. We were in the living room. And the living room, nice big huge living room. You can see like into the backyard, nice pool area, huge, beautiful backyard. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It gives you like that back in the day Miami feel. That's what it gave in the backyard. It's like in the early 90s. And after my sister sang and did her thing, my sister and I went outside to the backyard and we were just playing. We didn't even play that long. We were like doing like hand games, like, clapping games, whatever. And next thing you know, I would say it was probably like, to be honest with you, we did one round and we was going to our second round actually. Going into our second round of a hand game that we do. My mom came storming outside. And it's so crazy because my sister remembered this story over the weekend, and me, my mom, my sister, and my nephew, one of my nephew, we were all talking about it. I think this was the first time my nephew ever heard of it. But my mom came storming outside and she grabbed us and she had this look on her face like she was about to burn the house down. And we didn't even go through the house. Remind you could go through this big, huge living room and go to the front, to the car. We went around to the side of the house and went out. When we got in the car, my mom told my sister she's never, ever going to see that man again. And I remember my sister really wanted to work with this guy because this guy worked with Usher at the time. And later on, as we grew up, we found out that the reason why she stormed out was because he told her that he definitely wanted to sign my sister and work with my sister and pass my mom the contract. Of course, she told him she was going to have to read over it and look over and all that good stuff. And back then, whenever you get signed, you go into a boot camp. It was an artist development. That's what they call it. Artist development. And he told my mom when you sign it, you can fax it or bring it back here or, whatever. But next time you bring her, because we'll be doing her training here, when you bring her, make sure you bring a lot of towels because she's going to be doing a lot of spitting. That's my mom stormed out the house. And when I tell people, because I have a Blockbuster Music Award. Y'all remember the Blockbuster Music Award? I have one. I tell people about the industry when I sing and stuff. People like, dang, you can really sing. When I let people hear things that I have, they're like, why you won't just do it? Or when they find out that I know people and stuff like that, why you just won't do this, do that, do this? Like, why you living a normal life? Baby, what I tell you, the industry, that machine was a devil. And I would tell people and they wouldn't believe me, of course. So even when Cassie came out telling her story, when Jaguar White came out telling her story, when all these people came out telling these stories, nobody believed them. Of course. Of course. We got to open our eyes. Entertainment world is exactly what it is, y'all. Entertainment. 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 Get that in your head. What's in the industry is entertainment. It's not reality. Not reality. I would tell people about these Hollywood parties, how it just be drugs everywhere. Once the drugs start coming out, you leave. Leave. Okay? Because at first, I mean, it be there. Don't get me wrong. It be there from the get-go. But it just don't be out in the open. For example, we'll take Diddy for an example. Okay? This is an example. Y'all know how when they show his parties, they show the backyard and stuff. You don't see no drugs. You see the big white bed over there, but you don't see no drugs and stuff like that. Trust me, it's getting passed around. Or even when they go into his house, you don't really see it out in the open. But trust me, it's getting passed around. But then it comes to a time. It usually starts with the drinks. You start seeing people kind of, acting kind of strange to these drinks. The next thing you know, you start seeing, instead of the waitresses and stuff coming out with the food on the platter, it's the cocaines and the pills and the needles and whatever you want on the platter. Next thing you know, when you go back into the house to go get you some shrimp or whatever, it's lines of drugs. It's time to leave. It's time to leave. I learned a long time ago, when you see that first person start acting a little strange from drinking, leave. And don't drink nothing. You don't drink nothing. You don't even dance where somebody can like hit you like that. With all these new so-called new drugs they got going on now where you can touch the paper and just pass out. That's been going on. That ain't none of. So when I was invited, I always dressed fully clothed. Gloves. I used to wear like the gloves things and stuff. Like the glove dresses, the glove shirts. Yeah. And I didn't eat, didn't drink, networked, showed my face, bounced out. My mom was there with me every time. Every time. And I actually got signed But by this time, by the time my head got signed, my sister didn't want nothing to do with the label, with the industry. She went to a totally different direction. And she had a purpose for something else. And I went for it and I got signed and I got unsigned. And when I say getting unsigned, getting out was the best thing, the best. Oh, the best. And it's sad because there's so many good talent out there that really should be shining. And I hope through Jaguar label that she's able to bring it back. Because to be honest with y'all, through this case, it's about to get nasty. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get grimy. A lot of people about to get exposed. A lot of things about to get exposed. I feel bad for Busta Rhymes. I know the reason why I said it, I'm not saying that he was a part of the parties, but I do feel that a lot of people gonna throw a lot of things at him. If you in the industry, you know Busta really like the dudes. Allegedly. Let me throw that out there. Allegedly. But yeah, I feel bad for Busta. Cause he wasn't like a bad dude, but you know, he just did his thing and kept it quiet. But anyway, I like me some Busta. But anyway, y'all, let me stop talking. But yeah, like I always say at the end of my videos, remember to treat people with kindness, because you never know what they're going through. You never know what they're going through. Just like they don't know what you're going through or what you doing. Anyway, y'all, bye. And y'all pray for Amy Slayton. Y'all know I don't play about my Slayton sisters. Now, Amy apologized to the fans wearing them dang on shorts with her man holding his hand. Said she's sorry. I don't think those were her drugs. We'll talk about it some other day, y'all. I'm getting upset.